All right, so Hideki won last week, covering him, big Chick-fil-A guy. So he does the number two spicy deluxe, but without the tomatoes, I believe.
A
So
man after your own
nobody,
heart.
nobody that I know plays the Srixon driver except for Hideki Matsuyama. This man is it. So he's playing the ZX5 Mark II. Again, long-time loyal user of the Graphite Design Tour
Yeah.
AD. He has never wavered from this shaft, and you know it from that distinct orange and those white stripes. The man is
hmm
loyal. What do you think? And it's a
Michael,
low spin.
yeah, Michael, who we've had on the show, has sworn by the ZX5. He is actually a fitter for Dick's Sporting Goods and Golf Galaxy alike. He has sworn by the Srixon ZX5 for this current like style of driver for 2023
Okay.
and 2024. He says if you check the numbers and you check all the ratings and stuff, the yardage drop off is not it's not there. It's right up there with the Qi10 competing with yardage. Might not be the most accurate driver, but when you're
Okay.
going for big yardage and everything like that, you're not necessarily always aiming for the best thing. So apparently, Hideki and Mike know something we don't about the ZX5. So I'm gonna hold my opinion.
I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, I know he's
Right.
a staffer. He's a staffer, and I think he's thrown some different stuff in the bag, but um, clearly he's seeing the value in the driver. Because I mean, like I said, we've seen guys be signed to a brand, and as long as the head cover's on there, they can kind of somewhat deviate from that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, what works for you works for you. Is rocking the TaylorMade Qi10. We've seen this bad boy in a lot of different bags.
Mm-hmm.
Again, same graphite design Tour AD shaft in there. He's playing this one at 15 degrees. Not much to be said. I mean, I want to say outside of TaylorMade and Ping, those are the two best wood makers in the game. So you
Yeah.
know,
Agreed.
So this one was an interesting pick for me. The Cobra King RadSpeed Tour, 17.5, which that's an interesting kind of loft to even have marked as a primary choice for a
Mm-hmm.
wood. But then also, he's got it at 19 degrees. I thought the neck adjustment was super easy, and you just typically don't see it. Um, Done like this, and I'm not super. You don't see a lot of Cobra clubs on the pro level, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. I mean, outside of Ricky Fowler, you're not seeing a bunch of guys playing Cobra clubs that are performing at a high level. Yeah, there's guys that play them for sure, but at a high level, not particularly. And he's actually had this Cobra club in the bag for the last couple of years. I went
Yeah.
back on some other, what's in the bags for him. And so he's had it in since 2023. What do you think about this, man?
Yeah. I mean, RadSpeed's definitely like a older style club for Cobra compared to like the models that they have now with the dark speed, and this is the like one of those Aaron Rice situations. If you like it, I love it. I ain't even got
Right.
nothing else to say besides that because RadSpeed Cobra 5 wooden at 19 degree that was supposed to be 17 and a half. You got something else going on in your brain that I want to know about.
Right.
I
There's
want to
something that
know.
clearly this club clearly does something for him that fits, squarely and has a nice spot in his bag and
Right.
something that he's trying to achieve. Because it's been, like you said, using your word for today, he's the stalwart. This is the club that's been in his bag consistently.
Yeah.
So he's getting something that he needs out of this bad boy. Not no surprises here. Srixon Z Forged, two irons, 4 through 9. True. This is surprising. The shaft choice is surprising, just because this is a chunky boy. True Temper Dynamic Gold S400. Typically, we see that shaft in wedges, but for
Right.
him to be working out with this one. Um, I mean, the man's generating a lot of speed. We know that top of the,
Yeah.
he's one of the longer players on tour, but that's a lot of work. We even say that about the S300, that's a heavy shaft. We've both played
Yeah.
it, and if you're not on, you're not on. But for him, week in and week out, to be using the S400 in his throughout his bag, very interesting choice there.
I mean, but you see it though. He's a lead tape assassin. So again, he doing some other things. He doing some doctoring up.
But I'm not surprised, right? So
No,
he's
not at all.
dialing in the numbers. I really do like Hideki. It sucks a couple of years ago. Struggling with injuries, just not getting the best out of his game. So I'm glad to see him make his resurgence this year. And again, just seems like a really humble guy. One day he's gonna come out speaking heavy English on us. What do you got? Lead tape?
Just in case, put that thing
You
on the
never
toe
know.
right now.
Just to kind of
Stabilize the face. Stabilize the face.
straighten it out, huh?
Yeah, I have it on my driving iron right now. It's working great.
Really?
hmm
Because you were losing
hmm
that to the left, right?
Yeah, so I put it out on the toe, keeps the face more square, more open, and then I got it bent. So now it sits a little bit more flatter as well. So
Hmm.
I am trying to deter all kinds of hooks out of the game.
Again, as a Srixon Cleveland guy, no surprises in the wedges. The RTX4, rocking the prototype version, which is not super different from their standards, even though it is a prototype.
hmm
48 degrees, 52, 56, and a 60. So a lot of wedges in the bag, man. Uh, yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised by that, but
Four. Just four. 48 is his pitch. That's
okay.
crazy. I mean, that's just you're hitting a 48-degree pitch and wedge, 140, 145 yards. That's
I mean, we know
insanity to
this,
me.
but we know the speed's there, man. The dude's
Right. That's
got
true.
club head speed out the wazoo, so not super crazy, but we can see it. And he hits a high ball
Yeah.
on top of
Yeah.
that as
True.
well. Um, this is the current putter. The truth is, my
He got
guy
about
goes through
seven.
putters. Yeah, it would have been ridiculous to go through all the different models of Scotties that Hideki has tried. It kind of stays in this similar vein. They're always the bladed kind of putter. Hasn't really done mallets, but this was an interesting with the insert on the bottom there.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure it contributes to a soft feel. Um, I'm sure it's got the weighting that he's looking for, but this is the current version. It'll probably be something different beginning of next season. It could be different by the time we get to the Zozo with him tinkering but always, honestly, one of the worst putters on tour. Just
He
not
has
a,
got like five gamers that he just had brings with him every week. And you just never know which one he's gonna use.
but that's probably the problem, right? I mean, that
Yes.
might contribute to, um, if you're a bad putter, you're just a bad. The putter is not the issue; it's
Right.
the user at this point. So, um, shout out to him. I mean, he does a lot of toe point as well, which I mean that can just creates a lot of inconsistent strikes. So, rocking the Srixon Z Star XV. Again, while doing some research, interesting thing about Srixon balls, they don't even make, typically every ball manufacturer has a kind of a four piece ball. All their top end balls are three pieces, which is, I think, is cool to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of those four-piece balls, high spin, if you get a little bit off, you're losing them quite a bit to the right. I don't know. That's just my experience with them. Three-piece seems to be a lot more consistent. So pretty consistent characteristics that he's looking for here. A lot of greenside spin, mid iron spin, or excuse me, high iron spin, and then low spin off the driver. These are what people are looking for day in, day out, especially on the pro level. But I just found it interesting that all of their Z Star balls are 3 pieces and they don't even offer a 4 piece ball. And then we reviewed these, not reviewed them, but when we were going through our hot or not for the Masters, this is a shoe he's been rocking. This is the second version of it. The previous one didn't necessarily have that smooth toe, but this is the latest version of the unofficial Hideki Matsuyama shoe, the Asics Gel-Kayano Ace 2. So again, second version, second iteration. It's not a looker, but it's a
I
solid
bet you that thing
shoe.
comfy as hell.
You know
Boy,
it.
you know he floating in that thing.
So
Mm,
I've come to just separately, and I will anything. Any comments before we hop off of his what's in the bag?
no.
After this year, I am fully convinced because me being a Nike guy, I was always kind of a little bit wary. We've been Jordan, golf shoe guys, but I started picking up a few of the running style golf shoes from Nike. And those have honestly been some of the most consistent golf shoes. One, comfort is already there. We know that
Yeah.
part of it. But from a performance standpoint, and some of my best rounds are typically played in that running style shoe. So Asics also kind of running shoe DNA, comfort driven. I don't know, man. I've been converted that
Something
I
to think
think
about. Yeah.
I just something about them, about kind of either the flat profile, kind of the more cushion maybe in the sole, but
Mm-hmm.
those have been some of the best golf shoes I've played in this year. That includes the long-awaited and delayed Pegasus review, and then I went back to the original Air Max ones for around here, and again, just always consistent, play very well in those shoes. You get a lot of stuff out of this channel, y'all. A little business knowledge, a little technical golf knowledge, a little BS in here and there. You're in a well-rounded environment. So, uh,
Absolutely.
hit that subscribe button, hit that membership button. We got you covered on all things golf.